In his budget reply last night, Tony Abbott committed a future coalition government to boosting the teaching of foreign languages in schools. It's 4 years since Kevin Rudd pledged that 1 in every 6 Australians would be fluent in an Asian language by the year 2020. But at the moment, only 13% of Year 12 students are learning a foreign language, and out of them, just under 6% are learning an Asian language. With more, here's Kathe Kirby from AsiaLink at Melbourne University.
Well, there's 6 languages that are commonly taught in Australian schools, and the most taught language is Japanese. And then in order of participation, it goes Italian, Indonesian, French, German and Chinese.
And what's happened to those student numbers? Have they changed a lot over the last few years?
Well, for some languages, they've remained static. In other languages, they've been decreasing quite rapidly, and Indonesia is of the most concern there. We're shedding about 10,000 students a year in Indonesian for the last 5 years. Other languages are starting to grow, and one of those is Chinese.
There is evidence, though, that that growth in the number of Chinese students learning Chinese is because those students are from families where their parents are native Chinese speakers, and that students who don't have that background are reluctant to take those classes because it's just impossible to compete with that.
Look, certainly one of the reasons that we're seeing a growth in Chinese is that there are more native speakers and children with Chinese background taking up Chinese language, although there are more schools taking up the teaching of Chinese. So it's not the only reason that explains the growth in Chinese.
What about the reasons behind the decline in some languages? You mentioned Indonesian there. Why are they struggling so much?
I think that Indonesian is really struggling because Australian society, parents and students and school principals are starting to question the purpose of why would we offer Indonesian. China, certainly, many people are focused on China as the major economic power, and so we look to let's learn Chinese. And with Indonesian, there's been so much bad media over the past decade. Our relationship has suffered, and many people are questioning why we should be learning Indonesian, and that's something I certainly don't agree with.
Kathe Kirby, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ros.